Hi there, Ibtihal. Let's take a look at this new set of essays. This is the one from Albion University. Let's see what you wrote. Dear Sir, Madam, comma, I am writing in response to a letter I received from the university with regards to the literature exam I missed last week. My name is John Smith, a sophomore student in the Anthropology and Social Sciences department. Okay, so if you're going to capitalize anthropology, you should capitalize social sciences as well, or lowercase anthropology. My student number is this, my case reference is this. Firstly, I would like to express my sincere apologies, usually we do this in the plural, for missing the exam as I was down with a strong flu. I was unable to provide the professor with a medical excuse within the time window I was given because I was treated by Dr. Jones, the family doctor, who went away on a trip before providing me with a doctor's note. If it can be of any help for my situation, I can enclose a copy of the prescription I used as proof, get rid of A here, of my illness that day. Once again, I apologize for the inconvenience caused by this action. Could you please consider giving me the opportunity to retake the exam? I am afraid that failing to do so will drop my grade in the subject significantly and will reflect severely on the overall GPA. I am also ready for any disciplinary actions you require of me in order to resolve the problem. I look forward to your kind response on the matter. Yours faithfully, comma, John Smith, capital. All right, this is wonderful. I liked it. It read really, really easily. You could see that I got through it in like under a minute and a half, so that's great. I thought your language was lovely. The grammar was advanced. You had good vocabulary. Lovely, lovely, lovely. If I had any concerns about this at all, it would be with the fourth bullet, possible resolutions to consider. You have suggested one resolution, retake the exam. Okay? You don't provide any other resolutions, and that's going to be a big problem for you. Yeah, you say you're ready for disciplinary actions, but that's something totally different. That's not a resolution. Or maybe you could get an examiner who would sit and think about it for about 5-10 minutes and think if this is actually another resolution or not. But for your best interest, and so you don't run this risk, whenever you see a plural or an and or something, absolutely make sure you address it. So here you absolutely needed to write more than one resolution. Here you need to have both what happened and possible evidence. Now here you did this. You said I can enclose a copy of the prescription. But you have to pay attention to these plurals as well. They're really, really important, okay? So good job. It was lovely. But this would be a problem for you. An examiner probably, in all honesty, would drop your score considerably because of this, okay? So keep that in mind, and let's look at your task 2. Okay, so here it is. It's the one about the Olympics. Here's what you said. Experts throughout both the developed and developing worlds have debated whether holding the Olympics is beneficial in the 21st century. While some people believe that the Olympics is an old-fashioned event that should not be held any longer, personally I disagree. This essay will argue that not only do the Olympics unite the world, they also have a major economic advantage for the hosting country. Examples from both the Russian press and New York Times will be used to demonstrate points. Okay. This is absolutely lovely, and one of the things I really, really liked about it was you also used some advanced grammar and you used it accurately. So that's a great first impression to make on the examiner. This was done absolutely appropriately with the while, and then this was lovely. Where was it? Not only do, etc., etc. That was perfect. So really good job there. Okay, well done. Okay, so let's see. All right, I can tell you right now where I see one problem, but we'll talk about that when we get there, okay? There is ample evidence that global events such as the Olympics have a significant influence on keeping world nations united. The central reason behind this is twofold. Firstly, it is one of those events that bring people from around the world, despite their difference, together for one goal. It should be differences, by the way. Secondly, well, no, before you get into that, secondly, explain what you mean. So, I really disagree with this idea that, you know, first we say the ideas and then we support them. No, after you say each idea, you really need to support it right then and there. Okay? And I see tons of people doing this, but it's not the best way to do this. Secondly, in a world full of war and conflict, the Olympics is a chance for nations in dispute to put their disagreements aside and bond together through sports. For example, according to the Russian press, the infamous war between both North and, okay. Why don't you just say both North and South Korea? Was put on hold when athletes from both countries competed for gold instead of fighting over land. This was exhibited when presidents of North and South Korea decided to hold a truce for the first time in decades right after the Sochi Winter Olympics in Russia. It must not be forgotten that, no comma here, although the Olympic Games were created hundreds of years ago, even longer, they are still considered relevant today. Therefore, you know what, this sentence was not necessary. This is superfluous as far as I'm concerned. It doesn't help you. It doesn't do anything. It's not supported. Just get rid of it. Therefore, it is conclusively clear that Olympic Games play a significant role as a force to unite people from all nations as one. Yeah, this didn't help you because you didn't support it. You just kind of threw it out there, and you probably shouldn't have. So get rid of it, and then it's fine. Although there is a case in favor of funding important sectors, including what? No. This is strange because when you do this, it's as if this is what you talked about in the previous paragraph. So although the positive financial impact cannot be overstated, that doesn't make sense because you never talked about this in the previous paragraph. So when you use this kind of a linking device, it's really important that this expression links back to something you said here. Okay? So, it doesn't make sense to write this. What would make sense is, although there is a case in favor of the, uniting factor that the Olympics play, the positive financial impact caused by the games cannot be overstated. So that makes sense, okay? Because that's pretty much what you said in this paragraph, and then you link it to what you're going to talk about in this paragraph. So, this is largely because holding such a prestigious event will bring tourists and visitors from across the globe who are willing to pay a huge amount of money to attend the Games. To illustrate, based on an article published by the New York Times, the revenue of the American Olympic Games was a total of $6.3 billion, including venue tickets, flight tickets, and accommodation alone. Consistent with this line of thinking, local merchants and vendors will also be provided with job opportunities and earn money during this event. Thus, it is possible to state beyond doubt that canceling the Olympic Games will only deprive some of the medium income in countries the chance to boost their economy. I don't think anybody is contemplating canceling the Games. The question is merely how important they are in this day and age. So, everything was fine, but like I said, I don't think that was 100% relevant because we're not talking about canceling them. It's just, are they relevant now or are they not? In conclusion, from the arguments, S was more than one argument. Arguments and examples given, I firmly believe that although Olympics are centuries old by today's standards, well, by nobody's standards, they just are centuries old. The financial advantages and how they strengthen global relations proved that keeping the legendary Olympic flame ignited would be far more beneficial. All right, that was nice. So I liked a lot of this. I mean, it wasn't flawless. There were a couple of errors that needed a little work, and we talked about what they are. You just discussed one side of this, that yes, they are really important, but here was where your problem was, this little expression there. Okay? Other than that, it was really, really well written. I enjoyed it. Just have to focus on some of the errors and some of the areas that I mentioned that need a little work. All right? So go ahead, correct these. Let's see another set. I'm looking forward to it. You're doing really well. So keep up the good work and keep on writing, okay? We'll be waiting for your next set.